Technology is constantly evolving, and with it, the need for reliable computer networks. This trend is impacting every industry, from healthcare and finance to education. As a result, the demand for skilled network engineers is expected to keep rising. While network engineer positions might not be the most well-known right now, but the Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts a significant growth of 6% in this field between 2016 and 2026. This video is your one-stop shop. We're breaking down the most common network engineer interview questions you'll face, so you can walk in there feeling confident and prepared. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our Intellipaat's YouTube channel and don't forget to click the notification icon to never miss any updates coming from our team. So let's begin by network interview questions for freshers. So, on number 1, what is a VPN? A VPN, or a virtual private network, is a technology that allows you to create a secure and encrypted connection over a less secure network, such as the internet. It works by routing your internet connection through a private server operated by the VPN service provider, which then encrypts the data you send and receive. This encryption helps protect your data from being intercepted by malicious acts such as hackers or cybercriminals. There are several benefits to using a VPN. On number 1, we have privacy. VPN hides your IP address and encrypts your internet traffic, making it difficult for third parties to track your online activities. On number 2, we have security. By encrypting your data, VPNs provide a secure connection even when using public Wi-Fi networks, protecting your sensitive information from potential threats. On number 3, access. VPNs can pass by geographical restrictions by allowing you to connect to servers in different locations, granting access to region-restricted content like streaming services or websites. People use VPNs for various reasons, including ensuring online privacy, accessing restricted content, bypassing censorship, and securing remote connections for businesses. It's important to choose a reputable VPN provider that prioritizes privacy and security to fully benefit from using a VPN. Now, moving to number 2. What are the major types of networks? Various kinds of connections are available based on the communication requirements. The network's geographic coverage determines the most fundamental kind of network classification. We have personal area network that connects personal devices within a short range, example Bluetooth headphones. Then we have local area network, which connects devices in a small area like a home or office. Then we have Metropolitan area network, which covers a metropolitan area larger than a LAN but smaller than a WAN. Now, lastly, wide area network. This spans a large geographical area like the internet. Moving to the next question. What are the major types of networking? These types of networking mentioned on the screen are the most significant sorts of networking, and their scopes may change depending on the network subjects you choose for projects. The primary functions of networking are dependent on routing and topologies that allow for effective data transfer. Thus, topologies play an important role in networking. Moving to our 4th question. Explain the OSI model in a network. The OSI, Open System Interconnection Model, is a conceptual framework used to understand and standardize how different networking technologies communicate with each other. It consists of 7 layers that are as follows: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. Elaborate TCP/IP model in networking. Now, the TCP/IP model, also known as the Internet Protocol Suite, is a conceptual framework used for the design and understanding of Internet-based communication system. It stands for a Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. This model describes a set of protocols and standards that describe how devices communicate over networks. It consists of 4 layers that are Network Interface Layer, Internet Layer, Transport Layer, and Application Layer. Now, moving to question number 6. What do you mean by a backbone network? In a networking, a backbone network is the core infrastructure that links multiple smaller networks or segments within an organization or across multiple locations. Acting as a central pathway, it enables the smooth flow of data traffic between different network sections, supporting effective communication and data transfer. It consists of high-capacity routers, switches, fiber optic cables, and other networking equipment. Moving to question number 7. Define the term NAT. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. It is a networking technique that allows multiple devices within a private network to share a single public IP address when accessing resources outside the private network. There are several types of NAT gateway: static net, dynamic net, port address translation. Moving to question number 8. What is 127.0.0.1? This is a loop address allowing a device to communicate with itself. It is often used for testing networking software. The IP address is a special purpose address commonly referred to as the local host address. It is used to establish a connection to your own computer, specifically to the loopback network interface. When you access this IP address, your computer doesn't communicate over the local network or the internet. Instead, it communicates internally with itself. For example, if you set up a web server on your computer and configure it to listen on the local host address, you can access the server by typing http://127.0.0.1 in your web browser on the same computer. This connection remains local and doesn't traverse the external network or the internet. Moving to question number 9. What do you understand from MAC address? A MAC address stands for Media Access Control Address. It is a unique identifier assigned to a network interface controller for communications at the data link layer of a network segment. It is a hardware address embedded into the network interface card during manufacturing and is used to uniquely identify a device on a network. Overall, MAC addresses play a crucial role in networking by providing a unique identifier for network devices at the data link layer, facilitating communication within local network segments. Now, question number 10. What is DOS attack? So, a denial of service attack is when someone tries to make a website or online service stop working by sending too much traffic to it. Imagine a concert where people are all trying to enter through a single door at the same time, blocking it for others. Similarly, a DOS attack floods a website or service with so much traffic that regular users can't access it, like preventing others from entering the concert. Now, let's take a look at the network engineer questions for intermediates. So, question number 1. Explain the functions of a network administrator. A network administrator's functions are to plan, design, and implement network infrastructure. The role also includes setting up and maintaining network devices, ensuring optimal performance, implementing security measures, monitoring for threats, and conducting regular audits. Question number 12. What do you know about hybrid networks? Hybrid networks combine different topologies such as mix of peer-to-peer and client-server models to achieve specific goals. Peer-to-peer network. In this, the devices communicate directly with each other without a central server. Each device can act as both a client and a server, sharing resources such as files or processing power with other devices on the network. Peer-to-peer networks are decentralized and are often used for tasks like file sharing. And a client-server network, in this the devices are divided into clients and servers. Clients send requests to servers and servers respond to those requests. This model is common in enterprise environments where servers host applications, files, databases, and client access these resources. Moving to question number 13. Which password can be considered a good password? Creating a secure password is critical to safeguarding digital accounts and sensitive information. A strong password typically includes a combination of uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and special characters, making it resistant to brute force attack. There's an example on your screen. Now, moving to question number 14. What are the consequences when you use cables longer than prescribed length? When you use cables longer than the prescribed length for a particular networking standard or technology, several consequences can arise due to signal degradation, increased attenuation, and data loss. Like signal degradation, data loss and errors, reduced performance. it's important to follow the recommended cable lengths for your network type and equipment. Quality cables and good cable management matter too. Avoid bending or twisting cables too much. For long distances, use signal boosters or repeaters. Doing these things will help keep your network signal strong, reduce errors, and keep your network running smoothly, especially over long cable runs. Moving to question number 15. You need to connect two computers for a file sharing. Now, is it possible to do this without a hub or a router? The answer to this question is yes. It is possible to use a direct cable connection, like a crossover Ethernet cable between these two computers. This creates small peer-to-peer network for file sharing. We can also make use of Wi-Fi or Bluetooth services to share files between two computers. Each of these methods establishes a direct connection between the two computers, enabling file sharing and other networking tasks without requiring additional networking hardware like a hub or router. These options are especially useful for creating small-scale peer-to-peer networks for specific purposes like file sharing or collaborative work. Now, moving to question number 16. What are the maximum networks and hosts in Class A, B, and C networks? These classes represent different network sizes, with Class A being the largest and Class C being the smallest. Class A is suitable for large organizations, Class B for medium-sized ones, and Class C for smaller networks. Modern networking often uses techniques like CIDR and VLSM for more flexible and efficient address allocation. Moving to our next question. What do you understand by standard color sequence of a straight-through cable? So Ethernet cables typically have 4 twisted pairs of wire inside, 8 wires in total. The TIA or EIA 568B standard specifies how these wires should be arranged for different types of Ethernet cables. In a straight-through cable, which is used to connect different types of devices like a computer to a switch, the wire sequence remains consistent from one end of the cable to other. The color sequence ensures that corresponding wire pairs are used for transmitting and receiving data, maintaining proper signal integrity and communication between devices in an Ethernet network. Moving to question number 18. Which protocol falls under the application layer of TCP/IP stack? The protocols that fall under the layer are HTTPS, HTTP, FTP, SMTP, POP3, and DNS. They operate in application layer of the TCP/IP stack. These protocols define how data is formatted, transmitted, received, and interpreted by applications, making them essential for user-level communication and data exchange over the internet. Now, what is ipconfig? In abbreviation, Internet Protocol Configuration serves as a command line utility within Windows operating system. Its purpose is to showcase the configuration details of a computer's network interfaces. Users can access this information, including the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, and DNS, which is the domain name system. Server assignments for each network interface by executing the ipconfig command in the command prompt. Now, moving to question number 20. When you move the NIC cards from one PC to another PC, does the MAC address get transferred as well? No. When we move network interface cards from one PC to another, the MAC address doesn't transfer. The MAC address is a unique identifier embedded in the NIC, and it remains associated with the original hardware. When NICs are moved, the new host network adapter generates its own MAC address. This ensures that each drive on the network maintains a distinct identity. The MAC address plays a crucial role in network communication, and having a unique address for each NIC prevents conflicts and ensures proper functioning within the network. Now, question number 21. Explain some drawbacks of implementing a ring topology. Now, here are some drawbacks of implementing a ring topology. Ring topologies are less flexible compared to other topologies like mesh or hybrid configurations. Reconfiguring the network or adapting to changes in the environment may be cumbersome. Some ring topologies support only unidirectional traffic, meaning data can only circulate in one direction around the ring. This limitation can affect the efficiency and flexibility of the network. Implementing a ring topology can be more expensive than other simpler topologies like bus or star. The cost of cabling and the need for network interface card in every device can contribute to higher overall cost. Now, question number 22. Importance of encryption on a network. Encryption is crucial for network security as it ensures that data transmitted between devices is secure and cannot be easily intercepted or tampered by unauthorized users. It protects sensitive information from being accessed by malicious entities and maintains the confidentiality and integrity of data. Now moving to question number 23. How are IP addresses arranged and displayed? IP addresses are arranged in a hierarchical structure consisting of network and host portions. They are typically displayed in dotted decimal format, where 4 octets represents the binary values of the IP address separated by dots. The example is on your screen. Now question number 24. How can you fix signal annotation problems? To fix annotation problems, you can use signal boosters or repeaters. Signal boosters or repeaters placed at intervals along the cable amplify and refresh the signal, reducing attenuation and maintaining network strength over long distance. Second, upgrade cables to reduce signal loss. Upgrading to higher quality cables such as from C8T5 to C8T6 can reduce signal loss and improve performance over longer distance due to better shielding and lower resistance. Number 3, minimize the number of connectors. Each connector or splice in a cable introduces additional points of signal loss and potential interference. By minimizing the number of connectors and ensuring secure high-quality connections, you can reduce attenuation and maintain signal integrity. Now let's move to question number 25. How does the dynamic host configuration protocol contribute to network administration? DHCP streamlines network administration by automating the assignment and management of IP addresses and network configuration settings. This automation reduces manual effort, prevents configuration errors, and enhances the efficiency and scalability of network management. Now, question number 26. What protocols fall under the TCP/IP internet layer? The protocols that fall are Internet Protocol, Internet Control Message Protocol, and Internet Group Management Protocol. Now, number 27. What is RSA algorithm? The RSA algorithm is a widely used asymmetric encryption algorithm for securing communication. It involves the use of public and private keys, where data encrypted with one key can only be decrypted with the other. RSA is named after its inventors, Ron Rivest, Adi Shamir, and Leonard Edelman. Moving to our next question. What is the 543 rule and in which architecture is it used? The 543 rule applies to Ethernet networks using the hub-based architecture. It states that in a collision domain, there can be a maximum of 5 segments connected by 4 repeaters, and only 3 of these segments can have user devices. This rule helps manage network collision and ensure efficient data transmission. Moving to question number 29. What is IPv6? Internet Protocol version 6 is the latest version of the Internet Protocol, designed to address the limitations of IPv4 by providing a larger address space. IPv6 uses 128-bit addresses and offers improved security, efficiency, and support for a growing number of devices on the Internet. Moving to question number 30. What can be the maximum segment length of a 100-base FX network? A 100-base FX is a physical layer specification for the fast Ethernet over fiber optics that use 2 multimode fiber optic strands for all connectivity, reception, and transmission. The maximum length for half-duplex connections is 412 meters, while full duplex connections are limited to 2 kilometers. Now, let's move to our network engineer questions for experienced people. Now, the first question, what is a router? So, a router is essentially a combination of the functions of both a bridge and a router in a single device. It can operate at both the data link layer and the network layer. This means that it can forward traffic based on both MAC address and IP addresses. In practical terms, a router can connect different network segments using both MAC address filtering and IP routing capabilities, providing more flexibility in managing and directing network traffic. Moving to our next question, how will you use a VPN? So, a virtual private network is employed to establish a secure, encrypted connection over an untrusted network, typically the internet. It ensures confidentiality, integrity, and privacy by creating a private tunnel for data transmission. VPNs are commonly used for remote access, site-to-site connectivity, and bypass geographical restrictions. Question number 33. What is a network virtual terminal? A network virtual terminal is a software-based emulation of a physical terminal that allows a user to access a remote computer or network through a terminal-like interface. It facilitates communication between different types of terminals by providing a standardized virtual environment. Moving to question number 34. Define the term pipelining. Pipelining is a technique in computing and networking where multiple instructions or tasks are overlapped in execution. In networking, it refers to the simultaneous processing of multiple stages of data transmission to enhance overall throughput and efficiency. Moving to question number 35. Which measurement unit is used to measure the transmission speed of Ethernet? Ethernet transmission speed is commonly measured in megabytes per second or gigabytes per second, reflecting the rate at which the data is transmitted over the network. Moving to question number 36. Which cable uses the RJ11 connector? The RJ11 connector is typically associated with telephone cables commonly used for connecting analog telephones and modems. It is not commonly used for Ethernet connections. Moving to question number 37. The maximum length of a Ethernet cable. So, the Ethernet cable, part of the Ethernet coaxial family, has a maximum segment length of approximately 185 meters, which cable is also called as the RG8 cable. The RG8 cable, also known as ThickNet, is a type of coaxial cable used in Ethernet networks. It has a greater diameter than ThickNet and is capable of longer transmission distances. Moving to question number 39. Explain multi-homed host. A multi-homed host is a computer or device that is connected to multiple networks simultaneously. This can enhance network resilience, provide load balancing, and offer redundancy in case one network connection fails. Moving to question number 40. What is passive topology? Passive topology refers to a network design where devices are connected without the use of active central components like switches or routers. It relies on the inherent properties of physical cabling for communication. Moving to question number 41. Define the term EGP. EGP, or Exterior Gateway Protocol, is a way for routers on the internet to share information about which paths they can use to reach different places online. It helps them figure out the best way to send data between different parts of the internet. It is a part of Internet Protocol Suite. Moving to question number 42. What is the use of a pseudo TTY? A pseudo teletypewriter is a virtual terminal that emulates the behavior of a physical terminal. It allows a user to interact with a remote system as if they were using a local terminal. Moving to our next question. What do you understand from TCP three-way handshake? The TCP three-way handshake is a process in which a TCP connection is established between two devices. It involves three steps: synchronization, acknowledgement of synchronization, and final acknowledgement. This ensures that both devices are ready to exchange data. Moving to question number 44. Why use MAC address? MAC addresses are fundamental for efficient data transmission within a network and are especially important in scenarios like Ethernet, where devices need a unique identifier for proper functioning. Moving to our next question. What do you understand from analog signal? An analog signal is a continuous electric wave that represents information through varying amplitude or frequency. It is used to convey real-world data in a continuous form, such as traditional telephone systems. Analog signals are susceptible to signal degradation over long distances and may introduce noise during transmission. Moving to question number 46. What is a digital signal? A digital signal is a discrete binary representation of information using combinations of O's and 1's. Digital signals offer higher resilience to noise and degradation over long distances compared to analog signals. Digital communication is prevalent in modern technologies including computers, telecommunications, and the internet. Moving to our next question. What is MAN? MAN is a network that spans a metropolitan area, connecting multiple local area networks within a city. It provides high-speed connectivity over a larger geographical area than a LAN but is smaller in scale compared to a wide area network. LANs are commonly used to interconnect corporate offices or educational institutions within a city. Moving to our next question. Describe the IPv6 addressing format. The IPv6 addresses are 128-bit alphanumerical identifiers written in 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal digits separated by colors. The format includes both global unicast address for internet communication and various types of special addresses such as link local and multicast addresses. Moving to question 49. Explain the concept of intent-based networking. Intent-based networking, or IBN, is a network architecture that focuses on translating high-level business policies into automated network configurations. It abstracts complex network tasks, enhances agility, and reduces manual intervention, aligning network behavior with organizational goals through automation and programmability. Moving to our last question for this section. What is the significance of Git in network automation workflows? Git, a version control system, plays a crucial role in network automation workflows. It allows network engineers to track changes, collaborate efficiently, and roll back configurations when needed. Git facilitates collaboration, versioning, and automated deployment, ensuring consistency and reliability in network configurations. And that's it for this video. In conclusion to this video, the questions that we've covered are generic interview questions, most commonly asked in interview setups for network engineer positions in mass recruitment drives. With these questions, you can understand the difficulty level of the interview questions and prepare accordingly. I hope the insight into network engineer interview questions that we shared will help you do well in your interview. If you liked what we covered, please hit the thumbs up button. Also, to come across more content like this, subscribe to Intellipaat's YouTube channel. Thank you.
Just a quick info guys, Intellipaat offers cybersecurity course in collaboration with IIT Roorkee. Through this course, you will master tools and techniques of cybersecurity such as IAM, network security, cryptography, Linux, SQL injection, and much more from the IIT Roorkee faculty and industry experts. With this course, we have already helped thousands of professionals in successful career transition. You can check out the testimonials on our Achievers channel, whose link is given in the description below. Without a doubt, this course can set your careers to new height. So visit the course page link given below in the description and take the first step towards the career growth in the field of cybersecurity.